guys, we're going to knock out Union-8. This is a pretty simple mission, but it's pretty easy to trap yourself with this mission because it is so simple. We need to get Fire for Effect 7 out of 10 battles. And as you recall, Fire for Effect basically means that you're doing more damage than the HP of your tank. So pretty straightforward. If we want to get the secondary done, which I didn't do here and we'll talk about in a second, we need to do this 10 out of 10 battles. So you need to be perfect with this if you want to do the secondary. The tank that I chose to do this in is the Tier 8 Russian TD, the ISU 152. There are other tanks to do this in, but this is probably the easiest, mainly because it has extremely low HP, it has 1200 HP, and it has a gun that has 750 alpha. So essentially we need to do 2 shots of damage to get this done. The other nice thing about this is it has just enough armor so that if you need to push in, you can block a couple of shots, maybe semi-reliably. It is sluggish though, so if the battle moves fast, you might not be able to keep up. It has slow rotation, so you can easily get circled if you're caught in the open. And if you're sniping with it, and we will be, the gun can be inaccurate. For equipment, we want to set this up for sniping. So we want to run binocs and we want to run camo, and then make sure you have the gun rammer on there because the reload time in this tank is like 15 seconds or something like that. And again, on the consumables, pretty standard for me. 2 repair kits, because if you do have to push in, you don't want to get permatracked, and a small first aid kit. If you don't have the ISU, there are other good tanks. The Tier 8 Chinese TD is great for this because it only has 1000 HP and a 390 alpha gun, so you only need to do 3 shots of damage. So that's a great choice if you don't have the ISU. The other one that I would recommend is the Tier 8 Chinese medium tank, the T-34-2. And the reason that I like this tank is, one, again, reasonable armor if you need to push in, particularly on the turret, but it has a 122 millimeter gun option, so you 3 shots and you're probably done with it. So let's talk about how to get this done. The way that I thought about this mission was I wanted to get a shot in via sniping, and then I wanted to figure out how to be semi-aggressive and push in to get my second shot. You don't want to be so aggressive that you're just running out into an open field blindly, but you want to leverage the fact that you only need 2 shots to get this done. So once you get that first shot and make sure that that's a full HP shot, then you can just figure out where you need to go from there to get that second shot. Do make sure that you are not the front line though, if that's possible, because for example, on this particular situation, I don't want to be caught out in the open and start to be circled by a tank. I think the only problem with this comes in when you can't get an early shot and you have to be aggressive. You start to run into tanks that are maybe not full health, and then you're starting to have to do 3, 4, 5 shots to get this done. You can see here I'm just facing a bunch of lower health tanks, and you can easily put yourself in a situation with the long reload time where you just get permatracked, or someone circles you or something like that. But the reality is the gun on this is so powerful. The moment that you run into a full health tank and hit them, it's basically over. So this is the last match I'm going to show you. It took me 9 battles to do this. On the second battle, fortunately for me, or unfortunately, I spilled some water on my desk, and then my tank unceremoniously drove off a cliff and died. So the secondary was out, but at least it was on the second battle and not like on the 8th or 9th. And then I failed one more time just because I wasn't paying attention. But it didn't matter because I was already only focusing on the primary anyways. So this is pretty easy to do. You just need to pay attention and make sure that you're getting 1 full health sniping shot in before you start to figure out where that more aggressive push is coming. So you want to stay extremely passive until you're sure that it's going to be a one shot for you to complete the mission, and then you can start to be aggressive again because the gun is so good. And you do so much damage. Even if you put yourself into a situation where you're going to die or likely take a bunch of damage, as long as you get one shot in, that's all that really matters. So snipe and then start to push. For that last shot, load gold. You don't want to mess around with not penning that last shot, particularly if you're getting aggressive and pushing into the enemy lines with it. You want to make sure that that's going to pen, and obviously if you're going to use the ISU or the WZ, just avoid open terrain. You don't want to be circled. These are not super nimble tanks. Make sure that you have some allies around you at all times so you don't get permatracked, or somebody just doesn't get behind you and sits there. So super simple mission if you're using one of these three tanks. A little more difficult if you're using the medium and the T-34-2, but still easy because you have to get 3 or 4 shots there. But you'll get this done in one attempt on the primary, and if you just stay focused, you'll definitely get the secondary as well. So good luck with this one, guys. It's easy, and you'll knock it out fast, and I will see you on the next one.